Greetings, greetings, greetings to my lovely Capricorns. Capricorn, we're here today to do a love reading for you, my beautiful Capricorns, to see what's coming up for you in love and romance. All right, if you're joining me for the first time, Capricorn, welcome. I welcome you to my channel and invite you to subscribe so that you can be in the loop for future readings. All of you returning Capricorns, thank you for joining me here today. Thank you for coming back to my channel and supporting me. And as always, these readings are general. If the scenario fits, great. If you find for some reason that this message isn't speaking to you, don't panic. It simply means you need to subscribe so that in the future, coming days, you will be the first one to know when your message drops. All right, Capricorn? All right, so let's get some messages on the board, Spirit, for my beautiful Capricorns. Let's talk about what's coming up for them in love and romance for my wonderful Capricorns. All right, give me a few more shuffles here, Capricorn, and we'll get started with your messages. All right, Capricorn, first message for you is the moon in the reverse. Next, we have the Six of Wands and the Ace of Wands. All right, Capricorn, what I'm seeing here is right off the bat, excuse my nails, I haven't had time to get them done, Capricorn, so I know they are yuck, but let's focus on the messages here. You're coming out of the dark, or for a lot of you, what I'm feeling is you're coming out of what has felt like a fog of confusion, a fog of not understanding how things are fitting together, working together. But I feel like what's happening here is this coming out of the dark, this coming out of the fog is like suddenly the clouds have blown away. So in other words, it's like one day you wake up and it's like, oh my God, I get it. It's like an epiphany kind of a moment, especially when coupled up with the Six of Wands, because now you're in and you realize that you are in a good position. If this hasn't quite happened for you yet, Capricorn, look for it to be happening for you in the next few days, because I feel like it's really nearby for many of you, okay? And with this whole thing with her, she's riding on a cloud, looks like, and it's kind of like this Six of Wands, even though that is the sun behind her, you can see that the rest of the card is really moody and purpley and pretty, but it's kind of like, I'm feeling like this is like more like nighttime energy, and you have a dream or some epiphany at night, maybe late at night, for those of you who may be up in the middle of the night. You have this epiphany that suddenly like shines the light on everything that you needed to know. And the moon here, even though it's in the reverse, kind of just emphasizes that more. Like for most of you, I see this coming as something that comes to you during the night, okay? So pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention if you wake up in the middle of the night, or if you're awake in the middle of the night naturally, and all of a sudden this download comes your way. It would be really great to have some kind of journal or notebook next to your bed where if you do wake up in the middle of the night, you can jot down things. And because, in the morning, you may forget those dreams. Although I do feel like this will be a very startling dream that will stand out to you. It's just going to make things make sense. It's going to smooth over your energy, and it's going to give you everything you need going forward, because it's just setting you off on a new path with this Ace of Wands. Like some of you are coming out of a period of where you haven't been in a relationship for a while, and maybe the last one just did not end well, or it ended very confusingly, but you have been solitary for some time. And you haven't been able to wrap your mind around what this means or why things have been this way. And then suddenly it makes sense. And it just gives you everything you need to go forward. And that passion, that vivaciousness that you start to exude naturally once you have this insight is what's going to attract your next opportunity and love for you. Let me go in here with my clarifying deck. Let me grab that here, Capricorn, and let's really just get some additional insight on what the tarot has brought forth so far. So Spirit, let's get some messages that further clarify this for my beautiful Capricorns and start to make these messages very clear for them. Let's give them some detail regarding what they can see in these upcoming days in love and relationships. All right, we have the Star. Again, another nighttime card, right? Another card that denotes the energy of the night, and it's coming out here to clarify the moon in the reverse, along with the Page of Swords. Then we have for you the 10 of Pentacles. Beautiful. And that's clarifying the 6 of Wands, which is that winner card. So this is beautiful. Then we have the Tower in the reverse. And if we're going to have the Tower, reverse is probably how we want to see it, right, Capricorn? Next off, we have the Ace of Swords in the reverse, along with, again, the moon, but this time in the upright. All right, so let's take a look here. What do we have? All right, Capricorn, we have the Star here clarifying the moon in the reverse. And like I said, another nighttime theme, another night energy. These nighttime hours are going to be especially important for you in the upcoming weeks here. Like, I think a lot will be happening, if it isn't already happening, in your dreamscape, in your nighttime world. For those of you who have, and this is just coming in, like I keep hearing, like, if you've been on the fence about investing in a new bed, new mattress, new bedding, Spirit is saying, take that leap. Like, make it so that your nighttime hours, the place where you spend your nighttime hours, your bed, is the most delicious place that you can imagine. Like, have the most comfortable bedding that you can afford. If you are even surfing on someone's couch, just do something. Buy a new pillow. Buy something that just gives you more comfort during your sleep and during your relaxing hours at night, because this is going to be really important. And I'm also hearing from Spirit that this is just an investment. It's kind of like you build it and it will come, right? So you build this beautiful nighttime space, this beautiful boudoir, beautiful bedroom experience, and the next thing you know, a wonderful new lover shows up to help you take further advantage of that comfort. Okay, so just that's just kind of weird how that came about. It sounded kind of corny, but this is what's coming through as true here. So stargazing, if that's an activity that you find yourself engaging in, or just staring at the night sky, there's a lot there for you. And there's all types of intuitive readings, right? And there is an intuitive reading that's well known that people can read images in clouds. But even staring at the night sky, I think you will find that the intuitive downloads start to come to you because of that activity. So that's something that's well worth your time and effort in these coming days. With this Page of Swords, many of you And again, we have all these birds here in this message. And again, we're looking at a scene that depicts the sky. The sky, in this case, it is a daytime scene, but again, it's looking at the sky. And I was just talking about the clouds and reading clouds, and I wasn't even paying attention to this card when I was getting that imagery for you. But here I am drawn to these birds on this card, and birds are messengers from the divine. And I'm just seeing where all these messages are available to you, waiting to download. And as this page here has set out his kite, right? It's almost like I see, because he's setting this kite up into the sky where the birds preside, it kind of acts as a lightning rod, bringing those messages back down to this page. So for many of you, with this being a page, you're going to actually feel like all this intuitive stuff may not, or receiving these intuitive messages and downloads and deciphering them, it may feel like you're not advanced at that, or you don't feel like you have a real talent or skill for that. But you're going to find, if you just relax and let what happens in that regard, you'll find that you're much better at it. Like there's going to be an uptick in your ability to download these types of messages, and you're going to have clearer guidance coming to you from the divine. So that's beautiful. All right, so we had the Six of Wands here being clarified with the Ten of Pentacles. And of course, Six of Wands is like winner card, winner, chicken dinner. And here they are at the chicken dinner, right? So Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles means, yes, like the things that you have been dreaming of, the things that you have been in pursuit of, you will have them. That's a very solid card, the Ten of Pentacles. That is solidity at a high scale, a solidity of good things, right? A solidity of a legacy, of family, of those things that you have been wanting to have in love and relationships. For some of you, this is talking about family relationships where maybe things have been off in recent years, or maybe they've been off always, but it's like turning a corner and being able to create solid family ties or resolve certain family disputes and difficulties that may have been plaguing you for some time, okay? For others of you, this is about the building of this type of a family unit, step by step. I keep seeing the way that these pentacles are lined up along this windowsill, and it's like a window frame, and I'm seeing step by step. For some reason, that's making me think of doing something step by step, right? But you're going to get here in the end, and all along the way you'll be rewarded, and know that your steps are being guided in the right way. With this Tower in the reverse, just seeing, again, we talked about the past and how you may have felt like you were in a haze or in a fog, or you had certain blockages, and this energy is really draining away from you quickly, which is good news. Like your Tower moment is over, so now you're on the rebuild. And as what happens in certain rebuilds of any kind of process, it can take a while for things to get moving, but then all of a sudden you have a certain period that you get to, because you felt like you've been at a plateau, but now all of a sudden you make a huge leap, a huge jump towards success. And that's what I'm seeing for you here, Capricorn, with this Tower in the reverse. We have the Ace of Swords in the reverse, clarifying the Ace of Wands. And it's a warning from Spirit, Capricorn, that as this movement starts to begin to develop and take place, that with your pursuit of things that you're passionate about, with the green light to go ahead with some of these things that you've been wanting, and as you start to see the results of your passions come and bear fruit for you, do not ignore the truth, right? Because there will be some situations and some people that come your way who will not be standing in the truth. And you need to discern who those people are. And again, we're going back to intuitive insight, which will be strong for you. You will be able to discern. You'll have that feeling. You'll have that gut feeling. You'll feel an energy around certain people that lets you know that those people aren't for you, but those people may be packaged attractively, and you may feel like, well, let me just see, because, and that's what Spirit's warning you against. When you get the intuitive hit, no matter how beautiful the packaging is on that person or that situation, you have the intuitive hit that says, no, it's not a go for you, then that means you follow that and thank Spirit. You'll thank Spirit later for it, okay? Because I think many of you will have that intuitive hit. And if you're strong enough in your mind to take that advice and not ignore it, later you'll see it's kind of like news will come back to you why you made a good decision to bypass that person. We have again the moon, and this is just a call from Spirit to, once you start to develop this intuitiveness, once these insights start coming to you, stay in that energy of receiving from the divine. This is a beautiful moon card, really. And it's just like, stay in that energy. Spirit has been standing by you all this time, and I think many of you have been feeling forsaken by Spirit, but they're letting you know that's not the case. It's just you being quiet enough, you being discerning enough to understand the messages coming your way and to follow the guidance, and that's what they've been waiting on. And so let's go in here, Spirit, and give some final messages for my Capricorns to tie up this reading. Let's bring it all home for them, Spirit. If you have any last details that you want your Capricorn to be aware of, let's go ahead and get them out for them at this time. Let me give another shuffle or two. And while I take these few moments to shuffle in order to get to the right messages for you, Capricorn, if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, this is a perfect time to do so. All right, Spirit, what do we have? Let's bring this home for our Capricorns. Let me get one more shuffle here. We have convene, followed by journey, followed by short illness. All right, so Capricorn, and one thing here I see, I mean, we have a whole bunch of different colors going on in this reading, but there's predominantly lots of blues here. So the color blue could be important to you in some way coming forward, just to know, to let you know. Or I'm also hearing that wearing the color blue can put you in a place where you're seen by someone special. So rock that blue in the days and weeks ahead. So convene is like a meeting, coming together. So again, for a lot of you, this is going to be the meeting someone new, meeting someone that you actually, a new romantic interest, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So meeting someone new leads to a journey, whether it's a weekend trip or a trip that's longer. I do feel the energy of travel here, definitely. I mean, I'm not talking here about a metaphorical trip or a metaphorical journey. I'm talking about a physical trip, a physical journey. And for some of you, you will be traveling when you meet someone new, just to let you know, okay? But I want you to be really mindful of your health in this time as well, Capricorn, because this short energy as it's following this journey here, I can see some of you going on a trip and falling ill, right? To where you may have to end the trip, or the illness impacts your trip greatly, right? I don't think, the feeling I'm getting is that it's not anything that's super serious to where you have to be alarmed. It's just kind of like, it'd be like going somewhere, like say you took a 3 day weekend, and then on the first day of the trip you start to come down with something, and on the second day of the trip you realize you have the flu, and it kind of ruins the trip, right? That kind of illness. Not like, I'm not feeling like anything like terminal illness, stuff like that. I'm just feeling like an illness can impact what could be a really great time for you. So be mindful of your health. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Make sure that you're keeping yourself, you know, I mean, it's really funny, and I almost hesitate to say this because some people's feelings are so strong about masks. But the one thing that I have noticed in this time that, I've been wearing a mask, is that all those illnesses, like the flu that I normally get every year, and I end up with the flu for like 3 weeks and I can't seem to shake it, like, and it usually always happens in the middle of January. Like, I haven't been experiencing that because of that wearing the mask. I haven't been exposed to a lot of things, right? So for those of you who are out in the public eye, or you're out there, and just be mindful of who you're around, and if they look like they're sick, or if you run across someone who is sick and you've been around in close contact with them, make sure you increase your vitamin dosage, or maybe your vitamin C dosage, stuff like that. That's simple stuff that you can do to take extra special care of yourself, because I really hate to see you meet someone, go on a trip, and then be sick and not be able to just have the time of your life, right? And because it's coming up here as a warning, it's totally avoidable. It's completely avoidable. That's why it's coming up here. All right, Capricorn, it's been lovely doing this reading and spending this time with you today. I hope that these messages serve you well in the upcoming days. Again, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye-bye.